We're at the Early Years Hub in South Dunedin. This is where we hold the Ōtepoti Dunedin Baby Wearing Group gatherings. It's a great venue. Today we're going to look at how you can improvise your own baby carrier. I recently carried our 2-year-old in a single bedsheet during the International Baby Wearing Week walk that we had here, just to make this point. You can come up with your own way of wearing your baby so long as you're covering basic safety principles. You can find these in our safety section. And also making sure that your knots are doubled and that your tucking is firm and secure to hold your baby in place. Many of the improvisations that I'm going to show you today are used by Indigenous peoples around the world. They're simple pieces of cloth that are just wrapped and tucked or tied. A newborn baby needs more support across their back and neck because they don't have the strength to hold their head up. Often in our Western culture, we carry newborn babies on our fronts. So the few improvisations I'm going to show you for a newborn are front carries. So we're going to use a scarf, and you can also use a shawl or even a bed sheet to create your own ring sling type carrier, like a one-shoulder carrier. So I'm going to put it over my right shoulder, which I prefer. And you can just do a double knot here, but it's not so adjustable. So I'm going to teach you a slip knot. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the piece coming under your arm, cross it over the other tail, take the shoulder tail and flip it up onto itself and around the back. And it's going to go over under the arm tail again. And keep your finger in this little gap that it creates. It's going to go underneath and through there. So it's coming up and out of the same place as where it started. So this piece is just looped through this slip knot that you've created. This can cinch really tight, so it's good to keep it loose while you're putting your baby in. And this one is actually just simply trapped in that knot. Okay. Now move this up onto your shoulder, adjust it to about where you think you need it, and 3-month-old Elsa is going to help me demonstrate this one. Hello. Thanks, Anna. Right, so just as you would with other one-shoulder carriers, you put her over your opposite shoulder, feed her feet in, lower her down into the scarf in this case, sit her into the straddle squat position. And although the scarf is really thin, it's not stretchy, which is helpful, and it's also nice and firm. The material is strong, which is something you need to check. So now I can isolate each rail and pull it through that slip knot. Just need to move that back up onto my shoulder, holding her under the scarf and shifting the scarf back around. Tuck that right under her bottom. Pulling that bottom rail in, top rail again. So I've got her nice and firm. Here we go, and now to secure this slip knot, you're just going to tie the two ends together in a single knot. Then it can't go anywhere. Now I'm going to spread it on my shoulder. There we go, and that tightens it up again. And with this type of thin material, you just have to watch the rails and make sure they're not cutting into you or your baby. There we go, one shoulder carry. Nice and comfortable and spread on me, and nice and secure on your small baby that needs that support. Thanks, Elsa. And to loosen it up, You're going to untie your knot. This slip knot can cinch quite tight, so it can be a bit tricky to loosen. Oh, there we go, that worked well. And lift her onto your shoulder. Leaning back's good to support your baby. Using gravity. Here we go. And back to mum. Thank you, Elsa. Thanks, Anna. So this can also be done with a shawl. It's a little bit trickier to tie the slip knot because of the width of the shawl. It's wider than a scarf, but it can be done. And also a single bed sheet. And with the single bed sheet, it's even bulkier. You could cut it down the middle, but you may need to hem it if you do that. And you'll see the bulk in that. And this might be a good time just to do, if you can keep your tension even, just to do a double knot. So you do your double knot at shoulder height, or shift it to shoulder height. Here, and your baby will go on here. Although it's not as adjustable, you have to play around with the knot to get it firm on your baby. A good use of a shawl, so long as it's wide and long enough, is to use it as a Mexican rebozo, which is basically a back carry, just tied at the front. So Trillium is going to help me demonstrate this one. So again, sit your baby on your hip. And I'm going to use the hip scoot again, though you can use a shoulder lift or something else that effectively gets your baby on your back. So you're going to put the middle of the shawl over your baby's shoulders and scoot her around onto your back. Ooh. There we go. Now one side is going to go over your shoulder, so one shoulder back carry, and the other side under your arm. That's alright, sweetheart, we're almost done. So hold the two tails together. Do you get her in place? And then you're simply going to tie a knot at the front here. Nice firm double knot. I'm going to leave a tail there. All right, so you can firm it up by spreading it on you. I'm going to tuck that top rail to give it a bit more tension. And you can also use a single bed sheet for this, so it's a little bit bulkier. Make sure it's tucked well under your baby's bottom, and then you may need to adjust the knot into a comfortable position for you. And that's a really simple, quick, easy rebozo style carry. Good for a heavier baby on your back. And getting your baby off, simply reverse it, lean forward, undo the knot, hip scoot or lower onto a couch. Hold the tension on. There we go. Another way to carry your newborn baby is just with a sarong or some rectangular type of material, and use it as a kanga like they do in many parts of Africa. So this is a torso carry. You're going to wrap it around your torso under both arms. Short end on my right side, you may choose to do left, longer end on the left, and this part's going to wrap over your baby, tying here. So I'm just going to hold that with my arms, and I'm going to sit down as well, makes this a bit easier with a little baby. And Elsa's going to help me again. Hey, sweetheart. Here we go. On your chest, nice and high. Wrapping the sarong over her back. Sit her into position. As well as the top rail coming around your back. Chunk of the top rail at the front. And you're going to tie a good firm double knot at the top. Oh, sweetheart, we're almost done. Sitting up, now I'm going to stand up again to tie the bottom one. Alright, so the bottom rail comes around under baby's bottom in the straddle squat position. Find the bottom edge of the other side and tie this one in a knot as well. Here we go. There we go, sweetheart. Now, making sure that's tucked well underneath. And tuck your arm in there, sweetheart. There we go. And I'm going to retie this. It's a little bit loose. If Elsa will let me. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, sweetheart. Get your wee hand. That's it. And with the torso carry, your baby tends to sit a little bit lower on your body, as it does with the one shoulder one. And that probably needs to go a little bit tighter again. Careful again of the rails that can dig in. Oh, you've had enough, haven't you? And I think Elsa needs to sleep. Thank you, sweetheart. There we go, sweetheart. Oh, that's a tired cry, isn't it? Thank you. A great way to wear your baby is the African style kanga. So you can use any long rectangular piece of material for that. So this is a sarong, or lava lava, which is an ideal size. You can also use a big beach towel, which is a good way to get your baby to the beach and back and have something to sit on. So I'm going to show you with this sarong. Beautiful material as well. Also, it's a torso carry, so if you're having problems with your shoulders, it's a good way to get relief from that. And it's a back carry as well, so you need to have a baby that can hold themselves up reasonably well. So, Trillium is going to help me with this. She's 6 months old. Hi, Trillium. Alright, so you're going to take the middle of your sarong or towel and wrap it around your baby's shoulders while they're sitting on your hip. Hey, buddy. Alright, so you're just going to do the hip scoot to get your baby onto your back. So reaching around behind you to grab their bottom, leaning forward and scooting them onto your back. There we go. Stay leaning forward while you tie, and you don't even tie this, it's actually just tucked and wrapped, twisted. There you go, sweetheart. Now grab the top rails, cross them over each other, and tuck. Oh, sweetheart. There you go. Now you're going to lift the bottom. There we go. over your baby's bottom in the straddle squat position. Bring it round to the front, holding the tension. Now here you're just going to cross them over and twist. And then tuck. Hold on to your own clothing. Tuck that twist underneath there. Check the tension. Your baby sits really low on your back for this carry. There we go. Pretty quick, easy, not even any knots. Now if you do feel it loosening up, you simply lean forward and re-tension. African kangaroo. And to get your baby off, leaning forward again, untucking it all, hip scooting or lowering them onto the couch. Thanks, buddy. So with an older baby, you've got a few more options because they can hold themselves up a bit better. A hip carry they like because they can see a bit more of the world, and a back carry is better for your body. It's better carrying in terms of weight distribution. So this is just a tablecloth. There's a few ways we can use it. What I'm going to show you is using it as they do in Peru with the manta. So you just need to join opposite corners together, and this isn't quite square, so it's a bit offset, which is fine. So now here's the top of your carrier, and I'm going to sit this on the couch and sit Malachi in it. He's 7 months and he's going to help me with this. All right, Malachi. Hey, buddy. Right, put you down there. Now, what you need to do is draw this point up in between your baby's legs, right up to his chest. So now the top rail's going to go over his shoulders. Hold it all together, and you're doing a shoulder lift. Okay, so under one arm, right under his shoulder, and over top on the other. You're going to lift him onto your back, up nice and high. So that point is trapped between you and your baby. Now these edges come over your shoulder. Hey! Both shoulders, 2 shoulder carry, and you're going to tie it at your chest. Leaning forward, so until I've checked everything, gravity's holding him there. Now I'm going to pull that off my shoulders, so it's not on my neck. There we go, and check that he's, there we go, nice and secure. Nice and secure there, with that middle point tucked right up between him and I, so it almost pops out the top by his shoulders too. And pulling this down off your own shoulders, tensions it up a bit. There we go. And we're using a tablecloth to create a Peruvian manta. Thanks, Malachi. So to get your baby off, simply lean forward again and untie your knot. Keep holding the ends nice and securely. You can lower him onto a couch or swing him around onto your hip. Hold both tails. There we go. You can use a jacket and a belt to carry your baby. Very Western improvisation, but works really well if you've forgotten your carrier and you happen to have a jacket and a belt that you can remove with your trousers not falling down. So I've got the jacket zipped up slightly, and I'm going to pre-tie the belt loosely. And Duncan is going to help me with this one. He's 6 months old. Hey, buddy. Hi. So you're going to put your baby over your shoulder and wiggle them into your jacket. You're a big boy, aren't you? Good, healthy boy. And wiggle them down into that straddle squat position. So he's straddled around me. Pop his arms in. Now this is the tricky part, is zipping, lean back, so gravity's helping. And zip the jacket up to just behind your baby's head. Now the belt, you're going to wiggle that over your baby's legs and secure it in a place where the buckle's not going to dig into you or your baby. So I'll just nestle it right under his bottom there. The strap away. You're teething, aren't you, buddy? There we go, and sit him down onto that belt. There's his wee legs there. And so you just need to make sure that the zip is holding him securely and that the belt is firm enough. And there we go. Nice and cosy, so best on a cold day. And to get your baby out, you're just going to undo your belt, leaning back again and supporting your baby. Unzip your jacket. And there we go. So this is a single sheet that I've cut down the middle, ripped actually, hemmed, sewn the two ends together and reinforced with a panel. It's difficult to use a single sheet with a newborn baby, it's just a little bit bulky. Using it this way, if you've got access to a sewing machine, makes a non-stretchy wraparound sling, which is perfect for a newborn baby.